Hey guys, what's up? So a few days ago, I posted a video about some really great deals for Black Friday, and I hope you guys found some awesome goodies at a good price. But let's not forget about the extra bonus day, especially for us techies, called Cyber Monday. I went ahead and made a list of my favorite products that will be seeing some sweet Cyber Monday discounts. So grab a snack, let's nerd out a little, let's ramble.
Hold up, place go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants them.
Alright guys, starting out with a product that doesn't need an introduction, and that is the PlayStation 5. And I obviously don't have it on this desk. It is over there at that part of the studio. It is by far my favorite console, apart from the Steam Deck maybe, but that's a handheld, and as far as we know, we won't be seeing any discounts there. But of all the actual consoles, the PS5 is the one I pick up the most. We even have one here at the studio, you know, for reviewing TVs and stuff. Anyway, both the disc edition and the digital edition will be seeing some interesting discounts, and of course I will put the discount links of both devices as well as everything else you will see in this video in the description down below. Alright, let's talk about headphones. Maybe you like using those with your PS5 or just listen to music or for traveling. I have two awesome headphones for you guys today, one high-end option and one a bit more budget friendly, and let's start with the latter. These Beats Studio Pro I have recommended on many occasions simply because they sound really great, they're super comfortable on the head, they fold really small as you can see, which makes them ideal for travel, and they're packed with features, but at a very, very competitive price. And during the Cyber Monday deals, you will be able to pick them up at an even better price. Now, if you've been on the fence about splurging on the Sony XM6s, which in my opinion beat the Apple AirPods Max as the best travel headphones currently available, now is the time because these will also be seeing some really good discounts during Cyber Monday. We've already seen some killer discounts during Black Friday, but that will continue on through Monday, and perhaps it will be even better. These really are the creme de la creme. The sound quality is amazing. They feel super comfortable on the head. You can wear them for hours, and combined with the ANC that is just out of this world, these are my absolute favorite travel headphones. I stick these on my head when I get on a flight, and I do not take them off until we land. No humming engines or crying babies, just peace and quiet. And although I'm not a huge fan of the way they fold, I do like the case they come in because it packs pretty small as well, a lot smaller than their predecessor at least. Next up is my beloved Echo Show 8. What I love about these Alexa assistants is that they are relatively cheap, but pretty feature rich, especially if you're a big Amazon user. For me personally, a big reason to buy this is because of the seamless communication with all my smart home tech. It can show me both my Ring doorbell and my Eufy security cameras, including push notifications, and that alone makes this thing worth it for me because my Google Home, which is my assistant for everything else, cannot do that. And being an Amazon product, you can expect solid discounts on Cyber Monday as well. Speaking of the Ring doorbell, this will also see some really nice discounts because that's the case every single year, and it will be no different now. I have reviewed and used many smart doorbells, some of which were truly awesome, but the Ring is such a staple in smart home land that it's hard to ignore. And I will still recommend this as a great buy. I'm not sure if the Eufy security cameras will be discounted. I can't really find any reliable information on that, but I will link the ones I'm using below, and I would say keep an eye on it because if they do get some Cyber Monday deals, I would highly recommend these. The solar powered battery is an absolute cheat code. I haven't had to charge these things once in over the 2 years that I've had them up here. Right, moving on to the big leagues for a second because Samsung surprised us with some very interesting deals. My absolute favorite phone of 2025 is without a doubt this Samsung Fold 7. And of course, I still use my iPhone Pro Max alongside it. I am a tech reviewer and that is just the name of the game, but in terms of innovation and just sheer joy of using it, this Z Fold 7 is where it's at. Now, it's not a cheap phone by anyone's standards, so any discount is a very welcome one. I won't go into too much detail about the phone right now. I did a full review on it. If you're interested, I'll link it at the end of the video. But what I will say is that I recently discovered a hidden use case for this phone, or at least it was hidden for me. When you combine this with this Razer Kishi, which is a mobile controller, it opens up a new world. Once you install the companion app on the Fold 7, it integrates seamlessly and it literally turns this thing into a handheld gaming console. And because of the massive screen and the powerful hardware, it's not just some glorified mobile games console. You can use this thing as an emulator. You can stream AAA games to it from your console or your PC using the respective companion apps like PlayStation Remote Play or Steam Link. I mean, if you don't own a gaming handheld and you're thinking about buying this phone anyway, you really can't go wrong here. Now, staying within the Samsung ecosystem for a second more, one more product that deserves mentioning, and that is the blazing fast Samsung 9100 Pro NVMe memory. Now, I realize that this is a 990 Pro, and I'm showing it because that is the one I actually have currently on hand. The 9100 Pro is actually even faster than this one, and this one is already blazing fast. I have really come to appreciate these things over dedicated SSDs because of how incredibly fast they are, and because I can choose which SSD enclosure I want to use for them. You can go all the way up to 8 terabytes of storage, which for me as a creator working with large video files is a huge plus. It ain't cheap, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper than Apple's internal storage, especially with these Cyber Monday discounts. Now, my SSD enclosure of choice has been this Acasis one because it's compatible with the super fast Thunderbolt 5 ports you will find on the latest Macs. I have one of these like semi-permanently attached to my Mac Studio for extra storage. I have an 8 terabyte version of one of these in there, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. It is so fast that I can edit entire projects off of it without any stutters or hiccups. I don't even have to create proxies. For the nerds out here, you will know what I mean. Definitely check out the Amazon link as well. And it's as easy as opening the back of it, sticking the NVMe in here. I've got a little heat pad here so you don't see the actual thing. But yeah, you just close it back up and Bob's your uncle. Super small, very powerful. It's got a built-in fan so it won't throttle, and you can stick it in any kind of tech pouch or pocket. Definitely check out the Amazon links as well. It could be that they offer even better deals, but I will include the official Acasis link down below as well, which should give you at least 20% off. So yeah, great deals all around. Next up is another storage solution, but this is a very, very different one. This thing is tiny and it's called the Lexar Professional Go. A fast little SSD that is made to fit on your phone. I use it with my iPhone all the time, mainly because I like to shoot videos in Apple Log, which is kind of a raw format that requires a lot of free space. And if you want to shoot in higher frame rates, you literally can't do it without external storage. You have to attach it. Rather than having a big old SSD dangling off my phone, this thing sits snugly against my phone. I can even rest my finger on it. And when I'm done, I can just grab it and plug it directly into my USB-C or Thunderbolt port on my computer and offload the footage very quickly. Good luck trying to get those files transferred using AirDrop. It'll take days. Again, storage is never cheap, so these aren't either, but Cyber Monday deals are a great time to get yourself one of these. Speaking of file transfers, you may have seen these guys on the channel before as well. These are all-in-one cables by Rolling Square. They have all the extensions you could possibly need. You can make endless combinations, USB-C to USB-C, USB-A to USB-C, USB-A to Lightning, Lightning to USB-C. You can do anything. And what I've learned as well is that this Lightning connector is actually shaped like a micro USB, so you can use it as a micro USB as well. So this actually does have all the connections. It's all there, and I love these magnets because it keeps everything nice and tidy, and you can top it off with this cap. So this is the little package you're left with, and you can obviously slide this into any tech pouch or even your pocket. Or you can turn this into a keychain. And then of course you can slide these into your bag, which is a nice little segue into our next product, which is the OrbitKey Daily Tote. Bam! Now, in my Black Friday video, I had a pretty expensive bag by Grams28, and a lot of people really love that bag, but that sucker ain't cheap, and if you're not ready to spend that type of cash on a travel bag, I can recommend this one. You may know OrbitKey from their well-known key organizers. Organization is kind of their thing, and that also shows in this tote. It's got a big compartment here in the middle. Let me take this stuff out so you can see it. You can just put anything in here, and then it also has a snug little compartment for a MacBook. This comfortably fits my 14-inch MacBook Pro. I'm not sure if it fits a MacBook Pro 16, but they may have different sizes on the website as well. Then it has a couple of compartments, as you might expect from a bag like this. And then you have here a bottle holder, or you can slide in a big travel charger or something like that, like a battery. And it also has a luggage pass-through, which for me is very important because I do tend to take these things with me on the plane. And so to be able to fit this onto my carry-on luggage is really, really nice. But what makes this really stand out for me is that OrbitKey also makes all sorts of bag inserts like this stuff here. These are some essential pouches, so you can use this for your liquids. And this could be like a tech pouch, and here you could put like your AirPods or other small items. Obviously just slide them in there as you see fit, pun intended. And then of course you have your essential bag insert, as they call it, which is another little DOP kit, if you will. You can put your tech items in there, maybe a small tablet or your batteries or whatever. Slide that in there as well. And this way you can actually divide this thing however you wish, rather than them telling you what goes where. I like that system, and it feels sturdy. You know, it's not a luxury bag as such, but it looks high quality, and I would definitely feel good carrying this around at the airport. Last time I checked, they are offering a 25% discount, so definitely worth considering. Next up is the Elgato Stream Deck. I've had this thing for years, not this version because it's a relatively recent one, but I've had several iterations over the years because they're so useful. This is basically just a combination of macro keys, so you can map these keys to do whatever you want on your computer. Really, the sky's the limit. I mean, these things were developed for streamers. I mean, what's in a name, right? But you can actually use them for a lot of things. So I use them for like standardized emails. I control my Elgato lights with it when I have video calls. I can open my Zoom meetings, control the Zoom meeting once I'm in it. You know, if a brand asks me my shipping details, there will be a button with that information right there. So all I have to do is press it and bam, there's an entire form. I don't have to retype this thing over and over again. It's just a handy little thing that makes your life a little bit easier. You can also control your hue lights with it. I have one page set up with my favorite emojis. Yeah, I know. And so if I want to respond to somebody really quick, I just hit a button and that's that. Do you need it? No. But does it make your life easier and more fun? Absolutely. So these are definitely going on sale on Cyber Monday, and I would implore you to check them out. Now, this last one might be a bit of an odd one out, but I do get asked about my diet a lot by some of you guys, and this thing has been an absolute cheat code for me. I don't have it on this table because it's kind of massive. It is the Ninja Creamy, and it can turn pretty much anything into ice cream. Whether it's fruit or in my case, protein shakes, I just blend my shake using this little bullet mixer, which also happens to be a Ninja. Then I pour the shake into one of these containers and let it sit in the freezer overnight. I think 6 or 7 hours would be enough, but overnight you'll be on the safe side. The next day, all I have to do is stick the frozen mixture in the Creamy and let it do its magic. And look how it comes out. Delicious ice cream, fluffy, with 0 sugar, and full of protein. And Ninja has lots of their products on offer during these deals days. I will link to this particular one below, and the blender as well if I can find it, because that thing is actually also pretty awesome. Guys, that is my list for today. I hope you found something you liked. Happy hunting, and see you in the next one.